Hi, guys. Glad you're here. Oh, hi, Mary Alice. Yes, you're on time. I'm glad you're here too. Let me see if I can get this a little bit closer. That's a little better. I looked like I was really far away. Still kind of look far away, but that's better. Okay, let's see who else. So far I know Mary Alice. If you guys are here, please let me know where you're from. Always love to see, we all love to see where you guys are all from. And I'll be going over the door prices here in a minute. I'm going to give a few more people a chance to get on. Looks like the numbers are starting to go up, so people are finding it. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to for the live to get for them to notice it's on. So, is there anybody else watching tonight? I know I've got Facebook going. Hopefully, YouTube's going good. If you're on YouTube, give me a shout out just so I know that it's definitely working on YouTube. I'd appreciate it. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and get started here. First off, I just wanted to, I keep forgetting where I've got my camera. First off, I just want to tell you something that came out today. We've got new Sale-A-Bration products for the last month of February. The ones that were available during January are still available. So if there's still some of those that you haven't gotten, you can still get those. But the last few years, they have given us new ones from usually just the annual catalog. This time we've got a couple things from the mini, at least two things from the mini. We've got things from annual catalog and two kits that are part of Sale-A-Bration now. Oh, hi, Marva. Good. I've got some YouTube people. Hi, Jan. Oh, are you glad I'm using Mary Alice? Yeah, this is another one of those stamps that I almost didn't get. I wasn't sure. I like clouds. I just wasn't sure if it was for me. And once again, sometimes I like to get things that I'm not so sure about just to kind of, broaden my scope, I guess. Oh, hi, Christy. Good. I'm glad YouTube's working, so we're all set. So I'm going to hurry up and show you real quick in case you missed it. Those of you that are on my newsletter have already seen this. See if I get this to switch. There we go. These are the items that you can get during Sale-A-Bration. See, I'll get a little closer. So we've got the Beside Me Cling Stamp Set. You get that free with a $50 order. And all of these are before shipping and taxes added on. So make sure you look at that right total. Oh, thanks for sharing, Jan. I really appreciate that. So we've got Beside Me Cling Stamp Set. Then you can also get the Botanical Layers Cling Stamp Set. That's also in the annual catalog, free with the $50 order. Now this one right here, I am super surprised about this one. This is a $30 DSP pack. This is that big one. I'm trying to remember. I think it's 48 sheets. $30. You get that free with a $50 order. Pretty cool. And it's got a nice array of different things. And it can cover a bunch of different projects that you want to make. So check that out in the annual catalog. You can also click on my Sale-A-Bration page. If you're watching on YouTube, look down the video description, click on that Sale-A-Bration page link I've got there. Then when you go there, then you'll find links. I've got a link that says to click on to find all of the $50 level ones and one that with all the $100 level ones. If you're watching on Facebook, click that Learn More button and you'll find that Sale-A-Bration link up there too. Then we've got the Just Kiddin' DSP. That's the one with the cute little kids. That's in the mini. So I was really surprised to see that one. So that's free with a $50 order. There are two kits from the kits collection. And then we've got the Stripes and Splatters embossing folder. Those are our mini ones that'll fit in the mini Stampin' Up emboss machine. It also will work in the regular sized one too. Then we've got the Sweet Thoughts, Memories, and More Cards and Envelopes. That is from the mini. And then last but not least, we've got two more items for the free with a $100 order. This is nice. If you don't have all of our new colors, you can get the marker set that has all of the new in colors. And you get that free with a $100 order. And then there's the Dragonflies Punch. It's in the annual catalog. You can get free with a $100 order. So these are just added to what was already going on during January. So I want to make sure you knew about that. Okay. Let's see, I missed a few people on here. Let's see. Oh, hi, Pat. Glad you're here. And Marva. Let's see. Oh, Marva, I always said hi to you, didn't I? I bet you got thumbs up. I think you like all those new Sale-A-Bration stuff. Oh, hi, Renee from Australia. I'm glad you're here. Good morning to you. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and start the door prize quick. This was from last week. Everybody that commented during the live that live in the United States got put in the drawing for this. This is in the annual catalog right now, the iridescent pastel gems. I've used these for a few classes. I really, really like them a lot. So let's go ahead and switch screens here. And then we're going to get this going. Let's see who's going to win. Oh, Sarah Eslick. Moving on me. Congratulations, Sarah. I hope you're watching. Let me get your name on a little post-it note here. Congratulations. I know I don't have your address. Just if you're watching on Facebook, message me there to give me your mailing address. If you're watching on YouTube, look down in that video description and you'll see a contact me link. Just click on that and you can give me your email, your mailing address that way. Okay, so now we need to see. Oh, this is not scrolling again. I don't know why it does this. Oh, hi, Patty. You need to check your needed supplies to place an order. Yeah, there are a few things on that new celebration list I definitely want to get. And you sure have, Leslie. I'm glad you're here from Sydney. Oh, I've got another Australia. Thank you for being here. Oh, hi, Marilyn. I'm glad you got to join me live without fog and snow. That is good. We don't have fog. We actually had some sunshine today here in Indiana, but then it got a little cloudy here tonight. But it was nice to have the sun for a little while. Oh, hi, Pauline. Okay, now let's look at here we go. This was the door prize. I always do 2 door prizes. This one still includes everybody that commented live, but it also includes everybody that watched the replay and commented. I want to make sure that people watch the replay get a chance to get a door prize too. So let's go ahead. I will go down to this one. Make sure I've got the right screen. Yes, I do. Okay, now let's see who's going to win this one. This time I'll have my post-it notes ready a little faster. Let's see. It looks like it's going to be, is it going to change? Nope, it didn't. Oh, Becky, you just won last week. I'm sorry. I'm going to do another one. I think you've won a couple times here recently, and I know you just won last week. So let's go ahead and give somebody else a chance quick. I know you'll understand. This will be the last time I do that. Because I know you just won last week. I'm going to give somebody else a chance here. Candy Stein. Candy, I know I've got your address. I think you're definitely on my list, so I will mail those out to you. Congratulations. Okay, let's go here. And then I'll show you what's going to be, well, if I can get this. Sometimes it lags. There we go. I was clicking on it and it didn't want to switch on me. So congratulations, Candy. All righty. Now I want to show you the door prizes for this week. I want to hurry up and do a couple other things behind the scenes. There we go. Now, this is one I've done before. This was part of the, it's still part of the online exclusives. And I thought, okay, snowflakes, we still need snowflakes for winter. So I'm going to be this is one of the door prizes. This is for everybody that's watching live tonight that lives in the United States and comments. The reason I have you comment, I don't get a list of everybody that's watching. I only know if you're watching if you comment. So there you go. Everybody that lives in the United States will get put in the drawing for this one. And then everybody that is commenting during the live and the replay, the people that are watching the replay, you've got until noon next Thursday, February 8th. I believe that's the date. Will get put in the drawing for the Glossy Dots assortment. So the reason I say just the United States, for one thing, it saves on the shipping for shipping free stuff, but it's also product. So that's part of Stampin' Up's rules. Okay, so congratulations to Sarah and Candy. Make sure you get a hold of me so I can get your address, except for Candy. I do have your address. Okay, looks like I've got a couple more people came on. Oh, hi, Sheila. I'm glad you're here. And Crystal, glad you're back. Oh, Candy, you're coming in late, but you just won. That's funny. Here we go. This is what you just won, and I've got your address, so I'll get those mailed out to you. So you just missed that you won. That's okay. All right. Well, I think I'm going to start making some. Well, no, I don't want to make cards just yet. I'm going to show you first off. Oops. Sorry, I moved my mouse and it made some weird window pop up. There we go. Oh, I get tired of that. There we go. My computer, sometimes it gets really touchy. This is the Bright Skies bundle. The clouds are, this one I have to admit is my favorite cloud. I love all those swirls in that one. Actually, they look like little rainbows in the cloud. I really like those. That's the first time I just used to think they were swirls, but now that I'm looking at it, those look like rainbows going every which way. So that's a really neat one. I like this one a lot. And then we've got the dies. There is one great big cloud, and these are the two that die cut these two clouds here. And there are a bunch of standalone raindrops. You'll be seeing me use a lot of these dies. You will see me using every single stamp in the stamp set on these cards. Oh yeah, Candy, Wisconsin time is different. Yep. We're an hour ahead of you guys. Sometime used to be back when Indiana did not change their clocks. We'd be on Wisconsin time. I think right now we would have been, but now we change our clocks like the rest of the country. So, well, most of the country. I think there's still one or two states that still don't change. So that is the Bright Skies bundle. Oh, hi, Marlene. I'm glad you're here. Always glad you got my regulars that come back every week. And I know I've got some new timers this time around too. I'm glad you guys are here too. So there is that neat bundle. Now, the reason I decided to use this bundle, if you've been watching my classes last few weeks, I have been using Sale-A-Bration DSP, and I'm doing that again. Oh, Janie, I just saw your name. Glad you're here. I think it's been a while since you've been on here. I'm glad you're here. Okay. So that is the bundle, but I'm going to show you the DSP and get a hold of it. Oh, I've got it on the other end of my little table here. This is called Sunny Days, and you can get this free with a $50 order before shipping and tax. You've got till February 29th or while supplies last. If this sells out, if they deplete all their supplies, this won't be available anymore. So make sure you get it soon. Now, the neat thing, let me grab the dies. Now, I did not do this in the class because I wasn't sure if I was going to have enough clouds for everybody to get the card kits. But this one will die cut the ones that are this size. So this one looks like the same size, so we'll do that one too. And then this one, we'll do the ones that look like this. So there's one there, there's one up here, there's one here. So I love it when they have dies that match up with the images in the DSP. Now these other ones would be really super easy to fussy cut, but those are the only ones. You could probably use this one, maybe on this bigger one to make a smaller one. I don't think. Some look like they might fit, but it's really hard to tell because you wouldn't be able to see through this. So I would suggest to just fussy cut the rest of them out. Okay, so that is this side. So this is a 12 by 12 pack. You get two each of the double-sided designs. This is kind of cool. I'm going to have this. I did not use either because I was afraid I'd run out. But this is pretty cool. You could do a little card front, like a 4 by 5¼ inch piece, and you would have rain coming down from the clouds. Pretty cool. Oh yeah, Janie, I have learned to love this set. Like I said at the beginning, this one wasn't high on my list, but then I decided to get it and had fun making these cards. I've said that quite a few classes. I always like to get something that I'm not sure about, and then I end up falling in love with it most of the time. Probably every time. But I thought that was pretty cool how you could do that. But of course, you can still use all this for backgrounds for clouds. Really neat paper. Then we've got this one. So there also are some pretty flowers. Since there are flowers in the set, this is a petal pink design. Always get it up close so you can, because sometimes I'm afraid you can't see it. Here's this one. This one is cool. I did not use this one because I used this side. I was really hoping to use this one, but I was afraid I'd run out of this. But I like the rainbows, but it worked really good with the second card I made, that you'll see here in a little bit. This one's got some strawberries and then some butterflies. So it's a really nice one for spring. I mean, the rain clouds would go great with April. Showers bring Mayflowers. So there's some flowers on this one. I like that one too. The colors on this paper are Pool Party. This is Poppy Parade. The yellow is Crushed Curry. The green, it doesn't look like the greens on this one, is Shaded Spruce. And then I think I said this is Petal Pink. And this is black. So black is on it too. And then there's some bunch of little suns all over this one. I'm using this one on the card. There's the Shaded Spruce on the cherries on this one. And then this one here. I'm actually using this side on a card too. So that is the Sunny Days DSP. So you get two each of the pages I just showed you. And you get that free with a $50 order during celebration. Okay, I do want to tell you how you can get my card kits free for those of you that are new. That little ticker that's going across the bottom of the screen, that has the host code that you need to use, and it is a new host code. I always get a new one up every 2 weeks, so this one's the start of a new one. And if you place a $40 order before shipping and tax using that host code, you will get the card kits to make 2 each of the 3 cards I'm making here tonight. And if you bump it up to a $50 order before shipping and tax with that host code, you'll also get the Pastel Adhesive-Backed Sequins. And you'll be seeing me use those here tonight, of course, with the cards. And plus, with that $50 order, don't forget you also get to pick out a free celebration item. So you're not only going to get all of this from me if you do that $50 order before shipping and tax, you're also going to get a free celebration item. And make sure you use that host code, because I need you to use that host code so I can get some of this stuff with my Stampin' Rewards so I can give it away to you guys. And then if your order just happens to be $150 before shipping and tax, you'll get a bunch of celebration items. You'll also get all of this here from me. And you will also get Stampin' Rewards from Stampin' Up. So do not use the host code, because I want you to get those Stampin' Rewards if you do that $150 order. So if $150 order or more before shipping and tax, do not use the host code and you'll still get everything for my kits. Okay, now I'm ready for the card. Oh, hi, Michelle. Glad you're here again. You're here, just a few of you are here almost every single week. I love it. Okay, now I'm going to grab, oh, this one, I'm going to put this to the side. That one will make sense here when you see me do it. This one is the brightest of the cards. I actually use the clouds on every single one. I wasn't going to use it on this one, but it ended up working out better than I did, and I kind of like it. So this is Poppy Parade. It's 5.5 by 8.5. Oh, hi, Lorraine. I'm glad you're here. Oh, thanks, Patty. I'm glad you like my card kits. Okay, I'm going to line these corners up. Get this in half here. There we go. Oops, that doesn't want to line up tonight. Grab my phone folder. Oh, and Patty's saying that made me just think, any of my team that's watching, because Patty's on my team, one of my new members, I'm going to be sending an email here hopefully tomorrow. That's my goal anyway. I've decided I'm going to be offering discounted prices for these card kits, because you automatically get my PDF for free and the video. I'm going to have, you can purchase this just at my cost, what costs me to make these card kits. So I'll be giving you guys that information here soon. Plus, you'll have a discounted price to for my club if you want to get the products for that too. So I just want to give you got the heads up, Patty. Lady DeFarm, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you got to make it live. Okay, so there's that card base. This is a piece of Pool Party. I'm actually not embossing this. I almost always emboss my base layer, or stamp on it. This time I'm actually going to just leave it the plain Pool Party, and because I liked how it turned out. So this is the 4 by 5.25, and then we've got this paper. This is 1.5 by 5.25. I think I'm going to put on this way because it looks, yeah, because those would have been all flying down. I think it looks a little better that way. So I'm going to put some adhesive on this. Where did I put it? There we go. I'm always losing my adhesive. That and my take your pick tool. Okay, now I'm going to put this. Oh, hi, Karen. I'm glad you're here. It is so much easier to see your guys' comments now. I've got a new tablet. It worked. My other one kept freezing up on me, so I could never use it. This one works great, and I've got it right in front of me, so I don't have any glare. I love it. Okay, now I just started talking and started making. I've got this paper just a little bit too long, so I'm just going to turn it over. I always put my paper snips right up against the cardstock. That way I can cut that straight. Now it looks good to go. I'm going to go ahead and put this on my card base. Like so. And put this right in the middle. So I'm not going to use any ribbon on this particular card. And I think I'm going to do some stamping now. So I'm going to grab, or do I want to do that yet? You know what? I'm going to get the embossing machine, the die cutting machine out first. So I've already done the embossing, so I'm just going to use it for die cutting. Get some stuff out of the way here, make it so you can see it. Okay, now to die cut with our machine, it's the base plate platform number 1, the die plate number 2, and then I need to put a standard cutting plate number 3. Now this piece here, hopefully I can show it to you. It's a 1 by 11 inch piece, and grab those stamps. There are little stamps here that do the flowers. Oh, not that one. This one here. So what I did, I stamped 5 of the stem. Let me see if I can get this to go under a little bit. There we go. I'm trying to get in the screen. So I stamped it 5 times, but I left one undie cut because I'm going to show you how to die cut it. I didn't want you to sit here and watch me die cut all these because it doesn't take a ton of time, but for live it does. Then you stamp 3 of this flower in Poppy Parade. So this was 5. Oops. The stem is 5 in Shaded Spruce. This one is 3 in Poppy Parade. And then the tulip, I did 2 tulips in Crushed Curry. So that's how I stamped those. Okay, get these back where I need them because I'm going to be using them here in a minute. And you'll see how I stamped them too, because I'll be stamping those flowers inside the card. Okay, so now I'm going to grab the dies I need. Get these out. So we've got, now the one neat thing with this die set, I forgot to point out, I could do flowers that are just die cuts too, which is pretty cool. But I'm going to be, since I stamped them, I'm going to use the open ones. And there it is. And the one thing I like about this flower, I like this big opening because I know right where I want to put that stem. Sometimes it's hard to line it up, and that just makes it a no-brainer. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on. Get the image. Here, get my microphone out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. Put that right in the opening there. I'm going to take a piece of Post-it tape and hold that down. I'm going to put this stem on here. And you want to make sure that you get that stem right in those long lines right there. Of course, the leaves too. But sometimes you might think the leaves are lined up, but then that stem isn't. So make sure that stem is also. I'm using a great big piece of tape because like with this one, there's a big opening. So I can wrap it, put tape inside and outside so it doesn't move. This one, there's barely any opening. So I kind of cover up that whole thing because it starts to move if you don't. And here's the little tulip, like so. Grab another piece of tape, hold it down, grab another standard cutting plate to put on top. And when you do this, make sure that all the things that you're die cutting are in the sandwich. You don't want them hanging over, like over here, because they won't die cut. Okay. Let's see here. Oops. So there's the flower. I'm going to put that in a little dish of all my others. Then we've got the stem. I think the flowers are super cute on this. And we've got this. These dies also die cut them out really good. And last but not least, we've got our little tulip. So that's what you're going to, this big 11 by 1 inch piece, it'll be in the card kit. There'll be 2 of them. So you've got enough to do both of your cards. So it's 5 stems, 3 of the big flower, and 2 tulips. All righty. I think I missed some comments here. Oh, are you getting ready to get some big snow, Kathy? Yeek. We've just been getting a ton of rain here. We had some snow earlier a couple weeks ago, but lately it's been a ton of rain. But I think we're going to have some dry spell, thankfully, because our yard is getting swamped. It's literally becoming a swamp. It's terrible. Okay, now I'm going to grab. I think I'm done. Oh, no, I'm not done with this. What am I talking about? When you have your kit, there are 4 pieces of basic white. The biggest one is for the inside of your card. Then you've got these 3 right here. This one right here is for, will be put on this mat right here. So now we've just got these 2 left for the clouds. And right now, this one, oh, I should have done some stamping. Well, I can do that here in just a minute. I'm talking to myself. Sometimes I think out loud. I'm going to use this one right here. So the second biggest cloud is this one. I'm not going to stamp that big stamp with it right now. Grab another standard cutting plate. I think what I'll do, I'll just bring the die cutting machine back out because I forgot I did need to stamp those clouds. I knew I had the flowers all stamped, but I forgot about those clouds. And the neat thing, all 3 cloud dies have this neat little sewing, looks like sewing seam across the edges. I love it when they do that. The stitched look. There we go. And with this one, this one has it on both sides. So if you made a window, you'd have a nice little stitching around there. So that's pretty cool too. Okay, so we're done with that die for now. Okay, I think that is, yep. I'm going to have to bring this right back in again because I need to stamp. I'm going to grab this, and this is a photopolymer stamp set. Last week I was able to just stamp on my glass mat, but this time I'm going to bring that stamping pierce mat in because you need that padding when you work with the photopolymer. So I'm going to be using this one here. I'm going to use Pool Party on both of these. So I'm going to stamp the smaller one first. Put it right here. And I didn't want another big one, but I liked the swirls in this one. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to ink this up. And just stamp a big portion of it right next. Still leaving some space because we need to be able to die cut that. Okay, now you'll see why I did that here in just a minute. I'm going to make a smaller cloud out of that piece. So that's all you're going to stamp on that one. So I think that, yep, I'm ready to finish up the die cutting. So bring this back in. Covered up my dies. So now I need this one here, and I need this one right here that does not have an opening. So the one with the opening goes right around this one. And they've actually made this a little bit bigger, so it ends up filling up the hole. You don't have that white border you normally do when you die cut. So I'm going to go ahead and use a couple here on each side because that's a little bigger than those flowers. Now with this one, I'm just making sure the whole die is inside. You know what? I think I'm going to go this way. There we go. That fits a little better. Just get it to where it is completely inside that big stamped one I just did. I'm not going to worry about putting tape on it, just as long as it stays within that that stamped area, and it did. I don't need to worry about it. But if you're nervous about it, do go ahead and tape it down. So now I have a little swirl cloud, littler, and then this one right here. So that's all the die cutting on this card. Oh yeah, me too, Michelle. I love the stitch dies. They're my favorite, and I'm glad we got a ton of them. Okay. There's some things around here. I can get rid of that now. Now I can start putting this card together. Oh, I do still have some more stamping to do. I need to grab this. Put this back over here. And there is a raindrop stamp. And when you look at it, you probably won't be able to tell here in the video, but I can tell that the raindrops are a little thinner on the top because I didn't want to have them upside down. So make sure you look at that. And then I'm going to ink them up. So you can see everything in the screen. There we go. I'm going to stamp off the paper a little bit. That's why I put this grid paper under there, because I didn't want to get it on my Stampin' Pierce mat. And don't go right up against this when you do the next line. Make a little space, because you want to have a space kind of like the others. It doesn't have to be perfectly spaced. That's a neat thing about this one. I even made a little gap right there, but that's okay. There, so you want to cover that whole thing up with the Pool Party. So I've got some raindrops on there. Raise this up so I can see your comments. I'm standing up now, so now I got to move that. Okay, now I'm going to grab, oh, I do have one more thing. I keep forgetting what I need to die cut. This one had a ton of die cutting. At first I was just going to stamp the flowers, but I liked it better when they were die cut. There is a little piece that's going to be in the kit. This is a 3x1 inch piece of shaded spruce. And covering up the dies. There are two. This could be like a cloud cover at the bottom or something. I'm going to use this one right here that's got a few more hills to it. They're real similar, so it probably doesn't matter which one you get. But this is the one I'm going to use. So I'm going to make this into the ground. So kind of put it near the top, kind of down a little bit. It doesn't have to go all the way to the edge. I'll hold this down. Put some tape on this end. tape on this end. When they're long dies, I know there's no stamping here, but it likes to move quite a bit. So that's why I tape the long ones down. Okay, go ahead and get this through. Oops, there we go. Okay, now this on here. And now I've got, oops, nice little ground that's going to be underneath the flowers. Now I'm done with the die cutting on this card. Let's hope I didn't forget something again. Getting my muscles going with my arms, still bringing that back and forth. Okay, I'm going to bring this in. And this one, I'm going to turn it over and get some seal on it, or adhesive, Stampin' Seal. And this is just going to go right along here, right along the bottom. Okay, so I've got that ready to go. And I want to grab that big, let me get rid of this, I don't need that anymore. I'm going to grab the big cloud and I'm going to stamp it, stamp the Sprinkled with Love and the Poppy Parade. Ink this up. And I'm going to stamp it right over here on the cloud. Hold it down. I always hold it down for a few seconds to make sure that ink gets a chance to soak in. And it also gives you a better image. So there's the Sprinkled with Love. And you know what? While I've got the stamps ready, this all set out, I'm going to grab the inside of my card. Grab this again. I don't think I need it, but just in case. I'm going to stamp those flowers on the inside. Oh, I don't need that. Oh, you won't believe. Oh, no, that's the next card. I'm good. I thought, oh no, there was something else I forgot to stamp, but that's another card. Scared myself there for a second. Okay, so now I've got the 2 flowers and the stems. I'm going to do a stem first. So this is Shaded Spruce. Oh, hi, Robin. Oh, that's okay. No worries. This is still the first card. And then I'm going to stamp this. I'm going to move it over a little bit. Oops, I didn't realize I did that. We are going to do that again. So I want to have it over a little bit because this flower is a little wide. So this is with Poppy Parade. And I'm going to have the top of that stem go right up against the flower center, the bottom of it. There we go. Now I'm going to take another stem, and this one I'm going to kind of angle it a little bit, like so. Then I need my crushed curry. I'm going to close these before I drop some cardstock on them. Grab crushed curry. And then I'm going to stamp it right here. So that's the inside of my card. Actually, I would put the stem down just a little bit farther. I didn't get it quite down far enough because when I originally did it, the tulip was just a little bit shorter, but that still looks good. And you could even go all the way across if you wanted to. That would look really nice too. So I'm going to go ahead and put this inside the card base. Or bring this back in. I always like to decorate the inside of my cards. So there, we've got that done. Now I'm going to put this right here. This is a piece of crushed curry that's 3 1/4 by 4. I can't remember if I said the size of this one. This one is 3 by 3 3/4. So I will just put this. Looks like I got part of this ink pad on that in the back. I'm glad it hit the back. Put this right here. And then I'm going to put this on the middle of the card. Actually, let me get this out of the way. I think the seal works better when you have a hard surface underneath it. Sometimes that padded one kind of messes it up. Not always. Grab this, and this is just going to go right in the middle. That looks pretty good. Now I'm going to grab this cloud, and it's going to go across the top, that right here, pretty much right in the center. This way, that is. Okay, now I didn't go all the way to the edge. Even if I did, I can still lift this back up again because I want to grab this cloud with the stripes and I'm going to tuck it in underneath it. And I just think it's easier to know where to put it once you've got that big one on. And I can just slide that under here like so. So we're going to have a little cloud peeking out the back. Just make sure that the left side does not go past the fold. There we go. And then this one, this cloud here, I want to put it on with dimensionals. And I end up putting probably more than I need to on here. I'm going to do 3. I could probably get by with 2. Get my take your pick tool. And I just always put the paper piercer in an angle on the paper backing and then scoop these up and they come up really fast. It's a lot easier than with your finger sometimes. And it also makes it so you've got them all in place and you can throw them away all together and not drop one. And this one is going to go about right here, I think. Yep, that looks good. I always lay things down and then push it down when I definitely know that's where I want it. Once I push it down, it doesn't like to come up again. So that looks good that way, but we've got to put those pretty flowers on. So I've got a little dish here with all my flowers. Okay. And I decided to use multi-purpose glue with these. It's because the nice thing, I could use glue dots. Once you put it down, you can't move it at all. When the glue is still wet, you still got a little leeway for about 30 seconds or something like that before it dries to be able to slide it where you want it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab this one here. I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to put a little bit on my silicone craft mat. I'm going to make it a thin, excuse me, thin piece. What I'm going to do, I'm going to hold on to the stem up here and then just make sure I get the leaves and the glue, keeping my fingers out of the glue. So that puts just enough glue on the back of that. And then I want it to be about in the middle, like so. Hold it down. You always want to put pressure on it, and that will hold it down. Now, these red flowers, the Puppy Parade, I'm going to put on with dimensionals. So I'm going to go ahead and turn these over and just put dimensionals on them now. And they just fit. You could use the minis if you wanted to, but what I did, I'm making sure that I've got a flat edge on the top and bottom, and it just fits right there. Because now I can turn it around. I'm not seeing it in that little V or this one, so it just fits. But you could definitely use a couple mini ones on each side, and that would work just as good. Oops, don't need 2 of them right now. That's okay, I'll use it on the next flower. That one's done. And that one's done. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take the paper backing off of one of them. And this is just going to go right on the stem. Okay. Now I'm going to get a little more glue from here again. Still got some on my mat. Oh, I want to hold on to the longer part of the stem just to get glue on the leaves. I'm going to put this one right here. It's okay if they overlap a little bit. I actually kind of like that. And the tulips I decided not to pop up. I just wanted the red ones popped up. Looks like I need a little more glue again. Make a bigger bunch this time. And if you ever make too big of a glob, you can just tap it in it and then take a little off over here. So get some on the yellow tulip, bring that in. And I can even put that underneath that red flower just a little bit, which is actually the way I want it to be. I kind of like that. Okay, now I'm going to do another leaf. Put that one here. Actually, I'm going to put it up a little higher. So I don't want them just to be all the same size. It is kind of up on the hill a little bit. This one's going to be a red one, or Poppy Parade. This one here. Okay. So this one's kind of like a puzzle piece. Glue on that one. Make it close. Maybe pop it up because it is on the hill too. Put that down. Grab my last tulip. Put it on here. Hold it down for a few seconds. One more stem and I'll have all these flowers down. Yeah, isn't that the DSP is so pretty. I really like it. I agree with you, Jan. Okay, I'm going to put that down. Get this off. And she can make really, really cute cards, scrapbook pages, whatever with this bundle. It is so cute. Okay, isn't that neat? I really love those flowers. This is probably my favorite of all the cards. And now with this, once that's dry, I can peel it off. Actually, part of this is already dry, and I'm starting to peel it off already. It comes off super easy, and you just throw it away. So that is all we need to do with that, except for the bling. Don't want to forget that. Oh, there they are. I want to get mine out here. And I'm going to use gold ones. You could use whatever color you want. The actual blue color on these is balmy blue. But you'll see with the next card, the big ones actually, because they're almost iridescent, they've actually got a little pool party in them, I think. At least when I put it on there, it looked good. The small ones really do look balmy blue. But balmy blue and pool party look okay together too. These are supposed to be petal pink, which is one of the colors, and they're kind of a brighter pink. But I'll use that on the last card. But this time I'm going to use the gold. I'm going to use the small gold ones. And normally you see me with my embellishments, I use the petty end. With sequins, I think they're a little harder to take off with the petty, so I'm going to take my paper piercer, get underneath that glue dot that's underneath there, the adhesive, and I'm going to use these as flower centers because I thought these little red flowers needed centers. I didn't want them to just be the poppy parade. And these little ones fit perfect. And that is all I'm going to do for those sequins. So there we go. So they shine a little bit. So that is the first card. Hope you like that one. Oh, thanks, Lady to Farm. I don't know your name, but I'll call you Lady. Glad you like it. Okay, I'm going to put this over to the side. Got a little warm today. I probably shouldn't have worn this sweater. I'm getting warm. These lights that I have here get kind of hot too. Okay, second card. So that was my bright colored one. And I'm only using the colors in the paper. You can get a lot of different looks with this paper. The card base is shaded spruce, 5.5 by 8.5. You know what? I've got a little glue on my fingers after that last one. Get baby white. Because I know that's going to be bothering me the rest of the night. There. That'll help get that glue off of there. Oh, thanks, Marlene. I'm glad you like it. Okay. Oh, and I see somebody say, at Karen Kozleski. I missed you, Karen. I'm glad you're here. Okay. I don't think I said hi to you. There was another Kathy, but I don't think I saw your name. Glad you're here too. Okay. Now I've got clean fingers. I can tell they're not sticky anymore. Now I just need to dry them. Okay. Fold this in half. Oops. That's one thing with baby wipes, especially mine. They're getting old. Got lint all over the place. Now we'll dry this off. I'm a basket case right now. Let's get this. There we go. So now I'll fold these in half, get those corners lined up. This shaded spruce is such a pretty green. I don't use it enough. It's really pretty. Now this is going to be a landscape card. So I'm going to do it this way. Oh, Lori, is this your first time watching? I'm glad you're here. Smack dab in the middle of it. Love the first card. Thank you. And if you missed the very beginning, you can always watch the replay afterward, but I'm glad you're here. Okay, now I have this pool party piece. This, I don't know if you can see it. Cute little raindrops. And the card kits, when you order from me to get them, will be embossed, like I said earlier. But this is the raindrops embossing folder. The raindrops are actually upside down, but all you have to do is turn your cardstock back over. So what I did, I put it in like this and ran it through my embossing machine. If it was a portrait card, then I would do it, of course, this way, and then they would work out. So that's the nice thing about having the 6x6. I think these are 6x6. Yes, they are folders. That way you can make it go every which way. So that's how I got the raindrops. This is a piece of the Sunny Days DSP. It's 1.5 by 5. No, I'm looking at the wrong list here. This is a 2x4" piece, like those rainbows. So you could even use this side too if you would rather use the flower side. Either one will look fine with this card. But I thought the rainbows kind of went with the greeting, and the greeting says brighter skies are on their way. I guess the flowers would work for that too, so you can use whichever side you want. I'm going to put this all the way over to the left side. And I can't remember if I said the size of this pool party. It's 5 1/4 by 4. There we go. And I'm going to get some tear and tape because I'm going to take this piece of ribbon. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. And speaking of this ribbon, this is another Sale-A-Bration product. This is the first time I've gotten to use it. It's pool party crinkle ribbon. And I think it's 10 yards. That's usually what our spools are. And you get this free with a $50 order before shipping and tax during Sale-A-Bration. So when I wrap ribbon around a piece of cardstock, I always use tear and tape. So I want to make sure that the length of it is wider than the ribbon. And this one's kind of a wide ribbon, so I'm going to make sure they're a little longer than I normally do. There we go. So I'm just going to wrap this on the right side, kind of overlap the DSP just a little bit, not much. Then I'll put this on and just push that down to make sure there are no air bubbles in the tear and tape. And I'll tighten this a little bit, not too tight because you don't want to make the paper curl or curve up. And then put this down. Okay, so now we've got the ribbon on there. I can put this on the card base. And I think I put a little bit right there. I don't need to put any here since we've already got adhesive there. Once again, I'm going to make sure that's on there really good. I do that to make sure it's easy to get the paper backing off. I'm going to use the paper piercer. You're going to see me use my Take Your Pick tool all the time. This is probably my favorite tool. I use it all the time. Now I'm going in between the end and the ribbon. A lot of times when I used to do it on the end, I'd end up bringing up the adhesive too. If you go more in the middle right here, it's a lot easier to get that paper backing off. This one's a little longer, so I think I'll go on this side. Perfect. Now I will put this one over here. There we go. Got a little stamping to do. Once again, if you get these card kits, there's a lot of white cardstock in these. Oh, let's see, Crystal. That's right. There is no rock. Crystal said there's actually, let's see if I can get this on there so everybody can read it. I forgot I could do that. But she is totally correct. There, you can always change things up. Love card making. Okay, now I'm going to show you the whites again. This one is the largest one, which is the inside. It's going to be like this. So this is a 5 1/4 by 4. This one is a 5 by 3 1/4. So the largest one is for the gigantic cloud that we're doing. This longer, thinner one is for the stamping of the cloud, the other two clouds. This is a 5 1/2 by 2 1/2. Okay. Oops. Am I seeing all? Yeah, good. I was afraid I wasn't seeing any new comments. Okay, so put this here. I am using Pool Party on the big, where'd it go? Oh, here we go. On this big one, my favorite cloud in the set. Get that inked up really good. And this time I want the whole cloud because I am going to be using this whole cloud. Hold it down for a few seconds. There we go. And then that striped one, I need to clean this off quick. Oops, turn my card around. There we go. I was like, where is it? Get that Pool Party off of there. Oh, I just jiggled the camera, didn't I? Sorry about that. I scrubbed a little too hard. Okay, now I'm going to use Shaded Spruce for this one. So I'm just going with the colors that are in. Now, they don't have Lost Lagoon in the list, but that looks so much like Lost Lagoon. So I think you could use Lost Lagoon in this and coordinate really well. When there are colors that are close, sometimes I'll still pull those colors out too. I didn't tonight. And this one I'm going to do this way just so I know I have plenty of room for my dies. So that's Pool Party. That's Shaded Spruce. Okay. Now, see, what else do I need to do? I think that is it. Well, I could go ahead and stamp. Let's go ahead. No, I'm not stamping the inside. That is all the stamping except for the greeting, but I have to do some die cutting before I do that. Now, this time I shouldn't be going back and forth with the die cutting machine. Let's see. Okay, so this is all set up for die cutting again. I've already got this one out, so we'll go ahead and put this one on. And once again, this one is a little bigger than the opening on purpose because they want to fill up the whole piece of paper after you die cut it. Then we've got this one for this one. Get it lined up. I think I can do this. Yeah, I can do that too. The big cloud, I think I'm going to do by itself because it's pretty big. But this is a piece of the Sunny Day DSP. This is a 2.5 by 1.5. And there's some dies. Hold them here. This one works for the stamped sun, but it also works just to die cut. And then this is going to be my center for my sun. This is just another way to do the sun. Turn that over so the blades are facing down. Put this one here, this one here. Put another standard cutting plate on top. Run it through. Okay. So I'm going to hold on to those for the sun. It's going to be a really cute sun. I promise. And we've got this cloud. And this one here, I was getting ready to say last cloud, but we still have one more cloud. I'm going to be doing that great big one. Okay. So this one is that 5 by 3 1/4. This is the great big one. Kind of angle it so it fits. And then this one also puts a stitched edge around it. There we go. And that is definitely all the die cutting. Oh, no, it isn't. Oh my goodness, I almost messed up again. Let me bring in this piece. This I can go ahead and stamp. This is what I thought I forgot on the first card. This little lightning bolt here. I'm going to stamp it with crushed curry. I've got room on this piece. I totally forgot. This was something I added later to my card. I actually gotten the card completely done and got to looking at it and thinking, oh, it needs something more. And then I thought, oh, the lightning bolt. And it was just what it needed. So there is even a little die for it. I think I'm going to line it up and then show it to you. I know my fingers are in the way. There we go. So that it just lines up like so. I think I need to bring it down just a little bit. There we go. This is another small one. So I'm going to, oops, I think I just moved it. Yes, I did. Sometimes these smaller ones are a little harder to do. You know what? I'm going to hold it up here and then do the bottom with the tape down here. That way it stays in place. There, that worked better. So make sure you hold on to one end while you're putting the tape down. Now I'm done. Thank goodness I thought of it before I put the machine away. Oh. And there's our little lightning bolt. Now there is another die that does a larger lightning bolt. So this one would be good with that, the big cloud. But I'm going to be putting it under the small one. So that's why I use the smaller one. So that was what this piece does do the lightning bolt too. Okay. Now I can start putting this. Oh no, I've got a little more stamping to do. I need to grab the big cloud. This one is a lot easier to stamp once it's die cut. Same with like the big cloud I used on the other card when I did a greeting. I'm doing the same thing here. So I think I liked it. Yeah, I had it this way. It doesn't really matter, but I liked it better this way. It lined up better with the way I was doing my card. And I'm going to grab the brightest. Let's see, what's it say? Brightest skies are on the way, or brighter skies are on the way. Then I'm going to do shaded spruce. Get this inked up. And I'm going to stamp it near the top left again like I did on the second card. Hold it down for a few seconds. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on the card base. Now that is all the stamping we're going to do. Get some adhesive on this. If I can find it. There we go. Now this one I'm going to put a little more on it. I'm going to put every little scallop, I guess you want to call them, of the cloud. And put another big one here in the middle. Because this ribbon, when I first did it, this big cloud started coming up on me. And I just didn't put enough adhesive on it. So this is going to go pretty much in the center of the card. Like so. And then push it down really good. There we go. That looks good. While I'm thinking of it, well, no, I'm going to do something different. Okay, let's do this. Let's keep doing this. I'm going to lay this one down. I'm not going to put it down just yet. Actually, this is going to be put on with dimensionals, so I'm going to go ahead and put dimensionals on it. But I'm going to keep them more in the center here. Now, where did I put those? Oh, I actually put them away. Wow. I'm always amazed when I do that. I usually throw them somewhere. But I don't want them right on the edges because I'm going to be tucking a couple things under this one. But that'll make it so it doesn't wobble and it'll stay on really good. Take the paper backings. Well, I don't want to do that just yet. That's right. Keep the paper backings on. So I just want to get an idea where I'm going to put this one here. So I'm going to put some adhesive. I'm not going to put it right along the bottom straight edge of this because I'm going to be tucking in that the lightning bolt. So I kind of like this here. Let's see here. Yeah, that looks good. Just put that down. Now that I know where that's at, I'm going to go ahead and put this on now. So I'll take the paper backing off. Put this on. I'm kind of putting the way part kind of right around there. It's actually a little different from my original, but that's okay. You know what? I am going to bring it down a little bit more. I kind of like it down a teeny bit more. But make sure you don't go past the edge of the card base. I just about did that. So that looks good. So now push it down. I'm going to bring the sun in. So I'm going to bring this one. I want to make sure, let me grab my little circle too. I think it looks better this way. I'm going to make sure the suns that are on there are right side up on both of them. This one, I like putting a dimensional on it. I thought it looked good popped up. So you only need one for this. Take the paper backing off. So I've got the suns upright on the big part and this little circle, I'm making sure they're the same way. I'm going to bring it down slowly. Oops, I got too far over to the left, so I'll bring it back up again. That's why I just lay things down. I don't push them down completely until I know if that's where I want them. Oh, that's better. So now I can push that down. I'm going to put some adhesive on the back of this. And it's going to get tucked in here. I'm making sure the sun that's in the paper are going upright again. Just do it about right there. Okay, now we need that little lightning bolt. I'm going to do what I did before. All my glue is dry. I'll show you how that peels off. Look at that. Completely gone. It just makes a little, not really a glue dot because it's not sticky anymore. But it's all off and now I can throw that away. I'm going to take another little drop. Actually, I think I'm just going to, since I'm only doing one thing, I'm going to put one little drop here. There we go. That works. When I first did this, I did a glue dot and then I couldn't move it. So that's why I'm going to use this again, but you can definitely use a glue dot. And I kind of like this angled a little bit. So I'm going to lift this up just a little bit. Because like I said, I didn't put any adhesive on the bottom, so that way I could add this later. And I kind of like to angle it a little bit. I think I'll move it over a little bit more. If I can get a hold of it. My goodness. There we go. Hold that down for a few seconds. But see, that filled in that area nicely. It looked fine without it, but this little space just needed something. So it's nice. That lightning bolt just kind of filled it up. So I'm almost done with the front. Let's go ahead and I'll put the bling on here in a minute. I'm going to put this piece on before I forget, because there was one video I did here recently. I've almost forgot to put the inside piece in. This is a 1 by 4 inch piece. Get that adhesive going again. And this is how I'm going to decorate the inside. So this is that regular 5 1/4 by 4. This right along the edge. Make sure nothing's hanging over. It looks good. DSP is the right length. You can put a little bit right there. And here, and this will just go on the inside of the card. Last but not least, oh, hi, Donna. Oh, you're back in Arizona. How was the cruise? I hope you had fun. Because I know last week you were on a cruise. I was jealous. So we've got that there. Oh, here they are. Let me grab the sequins here. And this time, like I was saying, if you put these right up against here, I don't know if you can tell in the video, if the light hits it just right, they have a little pool party in it. Now, the little ones I think are plain just balmy blue. So I decided just to use the large ones, but you can do whatever you want to. I'm going to grab a big one here and put it right here. It's a little bit different color than the pool party, but I still think it looks good. Put one here and then one more right here. There, that kind of filled in that big white cloud. So that is the second card. Totally different from the first one. I hope you like that one. And there's the inside again. Okay, we're ready for the last card already. This one is a kind of a pastel looking one. This one's got some petal pink in it, as you can see. This is a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece, and it was done with one of the Basics 3D embossing folders. This is still in the online exclusives part of the online store. You cannot find them in a catalog. You get 3 embossing folders. I forgot to bring the other 2, but this was the crosshatch one. It's a 3D folder, but you get 3 of these size folders, 3 different designs, of course, for $30. So it's a really good deal. So this is the regular pool party piece. Oh, thanks, Michelle. I'm glad you liked that last card. This is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. I'll line those corners up. Oh, there we go. I threw my bone folder away. There we go. And do I need, and when I started making this, I meant to grab that card. I forgot to. A few weeks ago, I did the Be My, let's see, was it Be My Valentine? Yes. Stamp set, the one with the little cute little bee. I ended up using the same layout as one of those cards, but it looks totally different because of the stamp set. But this is a piece of basic white that is 4 1/4 by 1. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the greeting. I'm going to use Pool Party. And I'm going to use the last greeting in the set, if I can find where I put it. There it is. This one says, "You brighten my cloudy days." Ink this up at the pool party. And I'm going to put this on the far right of my strip. Hold it down. There we go. That is ready to go. Then this one doesn't have as many white. The biggest one, of course, is still the inside of the card. This one is a 2 3/4 by 4 1/4 inch piece. And I'm going to be stamping I need to clean this off again. Definitely need to clean this one off again because I'm going to use petal pink on this one. So let me get a hold of, oh, there it is, my petal pink ink pad. Oh, thanks, Marlene. I'm glad you liked the last card. Okay, I'm going to stamp this one. How do I want to do this? Make sure I've got enough room for everything. I think I'm going to do it this way. We've got that one there. I'm going to do my little sun. Hopefully I'm remembering how I stamped this. Where did I put my crushed curry? I just had, oh, there it is. put it over by my computer. And this time I'm going to stamp a sun. I'm going to put up here in the top corner. And I'm going to grab not the great big, but the biggest cloud stamp using Pool Party again. Oh, did you just get the stamp chamois? Good, Michelle. You're going to love it. It cleans the stamp so well. Okay, I want an area. I think I'm going to do it this way. So I'm going to be die cutting it with that smaller cloud die again. So that should give me plenty to do that. So that's a good way to stamp those on there. I know it looks kind of funny, but it's all going to work out. So I've got those ready. Then let's go ahead and stamp the inside of the card. Then I'll be all done stamping. I'm going to grab this one again and do, Petal Pink. Forgot the color there for a second. That's crazy because it's one of my favorite colors. I'm going to put this one right here. Okay. Then I'm going to get the sun. And I'm going to have it go right up here. And it's actually going to be in front of my cloud a little bit. So that just kind of makes a little scene. You could add more clouds if you wanted to, but that's all I did. I'm going to go ahead and put this inside my card base because I know me. I don't want to lose it. I think I'm going to do some assembling before I get the die cutting machine back out. Or what am I doing? That's the outside of the card. We want this on the inside of the card. Okay. We've got that ready to go. I'm going to bring this piece in. And yep, I'm going to go ahead and put this on the card base. I had to think that through for a second. Because this card doesn't have any ribbon on it either getting wrapped around. So I don't have to worry about having to lift this back up again. So this is a 4x5 1/4 inch piece. Then this is a piece of the Sunny Days DSP. It's a 3x4 inch piece. Get some adhesive on here, and this is just going to go right in the center of this piece. I think Pool Party and Petal Pink look so good together. They definitely make you think of a baby card, don't they? But it looks good for clouds too. Okay, so I got that ready. I want to grab this piece here. Put some adhesive on it. Now this one, I probably did a little different from that B card. I needed this to be at the same length as the whole card, not just the Petal Pink pieces. That's why it's a 4 1/4 by 1 inch. And I'm going to put it on here. So I'm going to line the edge, this edge here with the fold of the card. And this should line up with the right edge of the card. Make sure it's straight. That looks pretty good to me. There we go. So that's ready to go. I'm going to put this to the side. Bring in that die cutting machine again. Oh, I've got an ink pad here. I want to close that before it dries up on me. Bring in some dies. So we've got the sun here. So this was the same outline that I used on that one I did with DSP, the DSP sun. I'm looking at all of the little triangles or the rays of the sun, making sure they're all lined up. Okay, I'm going to use 2 pieces of tape, I think, on this one. Then that cloud that does not have an opening, I'm going to get that in here. There, that looks better. Just as long as it fits in there. It doesn't have to be straight, just as long as it fits. And then I want this open one here if I can get hold of it. And this will do the pumpkin pie one. Pumpkin pie. Petal Pink. I don't know why I can't remember Petal Pink tonight. This is actually one of the colors in my logo. I should remember that. Okay. This on there and another one here on this end. Once again, I'm just making sure that stays in the stamped area. I'm not going to worry about putting tape on it. I'll move this out just a little bit. There we go. I always hold this down, put some pressure on the top one until all of the dies have gotten through the center section. Then I know I don't have to worry about them moving on me when they start going through. Okay. Oops. That one stuck to the standard cutting plate. Now it's not coming out this time, but it's real easy to get out. Once again, these little holes that are in here, you can poke both of them. Usually you just need to do one and that makes it come out. So I've got that cloud. And I've got this one here. I love this Post-it tape. It comes off so much easier than washi tape. Or like I've said before too, you could use Post-it notes if you don't have the Post-it tape. Just use the adhesive part of the Post-it note and it works just as good. There's your sun. And that is all we need from here. Get my dies put away. And now I can finish putting this card together. I'm going to grab this pink one here. Get some adhesive on it here. And it is going to go right over here. Maybe move it over a little bit. I'm kind of centering it between the edge of this cardstock and the greeting. This one I'm going to put on with dimensionals. Put 2 down here, and I just think there needs to be one on this little hump too. Grab this. I don't think I got that one. There we go. And this one is going to go right here, making sure I don't cover up the greeting again. Oh, I forgot one more thing. I saw this little piece. Isn't this shimmery neat? I love this. This is from the, what's this one called? The More Dazzle 6x6 specialty paper. This is the champagne color. There's also a gold color, but I'm going to have to get that die cutting machine out one more time. Okay, get some adhesive on my sun. Oh, come on. There we go. And it's going to tuck under the pink one there. That looks pretty good. Bring this back in again. Thought I was done. Okay. There we go. Get the sandwich right. So we've got the, this is a piece of, it is 1 3/4 by 1 1/4. And there are 2 dies. Let me see if I can get a hold of them. In the set. One has small raindrops and one has the big raindrops. Well, since I'm using the smaller clouds, I'm going to use the small raindrops. And it should fit pretty good on there. Get another plate on here. Okay. And look how easy they came out. They're actually, now that one is still on there. Oh, it came out. I hope I can find it. Oh, there it is. Got some static cling going here. So aren't those cute little raindrops? Hopefully you can see those. They really shine pretty. So I'm going to grab one of my little trays here because I do not want to lose these little guys because they are kind of small. Got some too many cutting things in this thing. They're starting to stick. I think I still have some life in that one though. I use them until they're pretty warped. Okay, bring this in. And this time I'm going to eyeball. I know what I'm kind of having I am having the raindrops come out of this little blue cloud. So I'm going to do just one little bitty drop. Since these are so small, I think it's a little easier to put little drops, and I mean little drops. They don't need to be big at all. I'm going to get take your pick tool, use the putty side. Pick one up, put it on top of the glue, and hold it down for a few seconds till that glue dries and takes hold. Put another one right here. You want to make sure they're going the right direction. And the nice thing, like I've said before with the glue, if they're cockeyed a little bit, you can hurry up and slide them a little bit until they look right. Now I'm going to put one about here, probably down just a little bit from the others. And you're going to notice if you get this set, there are a couple of the raindrops are a little smaller than the others. I'm going to put a smaller one right here. Well, no, that looks about the same size. I picked up the wrong one. That's okay. We still have 3 more. There's 6 altogether. So I think I'll put one here, one about here. Turn that around, maybe. Well, my goodness, it doesn't want to go on my card, I don't think. It keeps turning over. There we go. Put this on one of my little glue drops that I made. And we've got this one. Well, my putty's kind of messing up on me. Get a little bit more out. I think this one's, it might be about gone. That's the first time I've used one up. See if I can get any more to come out. There we go. Now it came out. This one here. Actually, I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. That's a nice thing. Like I said, I was able to slide that down a little bit before it dried. Last but not least, I think I'm going to do one more right here. I'm just going to put it on my finger and then do this. There, that's the way to do it. Well, it was the way to do it. There we go. Put this one right here. Okay, I just thought it looked cute with the shiny little raindrops coming out of it. Okay. Now I'm going to grab, with my original card, I'm going to show you my original card here in just a minute. But I used the gold sequins on these two. I'm going to sit down here because I don't need to stand up anymore. But this time I'm going to try the pink ones and see how they look, and then I'll show you the gold. That way you can decide which one you like better. Let's see here. Oh, Christy, you sorry you didn't get this set. It's really cute. I really like it. Okay, Robin, you must be coming as somebody else. This is a really long time, and I missed it. And Jan. Yes, I love the Take Your Pick tool, Jan. It's, like I said a minute ago, it's my favorite tool. I used to probably say it was our die cutting machine, but that Take Your Pick tool, I use it all the time. So I'm going to see what this looks like with the pink ones, because there is a lot of petal pink on here. And it does say they're petal pink. I still think they look a little different than petal pink, but that's okay. They're still going to work. So the reason I'm moving this, it's kind of neat. There's a sheet, 2 sheets with the 2 sheets with the large sequins, and then 2 sheets with the little ones. So I'm going to grab a little pink one. And I'm going to put it about right here. And a big one. You know what? I think I'm liking the pink one. Good. This is going to work just fine. Because they kind of change colors once they get on there. That looks a little more petal pink to me now. I think maybe it's because it's on the clear cellophane. Maybe it makes them look a little different. I'm not sure. Oh, you're liking the set, Michelle? Good. I'm glad you're liking it. Okay, that's right. I was going to use 2 of each size. So I'm using 2 large pinks and 2 little pinks. And then grab another little pink. And it is going to go right there. I'm going to grab my original so you can see what it looks like with gold. So if you make this card again, you can decide which one you like better. Since the gold really looks good with the first card with the flowers, and I had made this one first, so I was like, oh, I wish I would have put the pink ones on here. So you do whichever way you like. There it is with the gold, and there's one with the pink, so just a little lighter version. Yeah, I think I actually like the pink ones better. It kind of goes with the soft pastel look to those cards. So that is the last card. Let me grab the other 2. So I'll go ahead and try to keep these all in the screen here. Actually, I can do this up here. So this was the first card in case you missed it. I like using the bigger clouds for the greetings. I think that's kind of cool. And then we've got this one, last but not least. So the card class is to make 2 each of these 3 cards. So you'd be making 2 of these. So if you like the gold and the pink, you can do one with the gold and one with the pink. I hope you enjoyed the class. I really had fun making these again. It's funny, I kind of go towards the ones that are more vintage looking, more, I don't know, artsy. I don't know, not really artsy looking, but a lot of times, there for a long time, I didn't do the cute type stamp sets. I probably sometimes have more fun making the cute stamp cards with those stamp sets. I think they turn out pretty good. And this one, there's no coloring. I love to color, but sometimes I like to just stamp. So this set, if you don't like to color, this is a good stamp to get. Oh, thanks, Pat. I'm glad you liked it. Thanks, Leslie. I'm glad you liked all the cards. And Janie, I'm glad you got to come back because I'm pretty sure I remember you watching lives a while back. Good. I'm glad you like them. Good. I'm glad you love them all. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and switch back to me. I think the camera's still in the right spot. Okay. Yeah, it's moved a few times when I've been working on some stuff, so I want to make sure it was still looking okay. So thank you so much for watching the live again. I love having you guys come back every week, and I'll be back again next week. And I think that's it. At the end, I always get flustered on how to end it. Oh, thanks, Chris. I'm glad you like them. Oh, thanks, Michelle. I'm glad you like watching my videos. That means a lot. You've started a Stampin' Up wish list. Yep, I've got a really long wish list too. And this is a neat thing. And any of my team, I know I've got a couple people on my team here. There's some new online exclusives that are going to come out in March. Yeah, it would have to be March for customers. As a demonstrator, we get to get those free. And this is the first time. It used to be during when the online exclusives came out, they would only let us be able to pre-order a couple of them. They're letting us pre-order any of them now. And there are quite a few. I just looked at them this morning. So I'll be placing an order in the morning. I can't wait to get them. They're really, really neat. So I'll be looking for those online exclusives. But I like being a demonstrator so I can get those early and at a discount. So there are a lot of perks to being a demo. Okay, I think everybody's done commenting. Oh, hi, Rita. I didn't see you earlier. Thanks. I'm glad you like the cards. And Crystal, thanks you guys so much. Okay, so have a great week. I hope you have a great weekend. The weekend's coming. This week went so fast for me, but looking forward to the weekend. So I hope you are too. So stay safe, and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.